which I'm told has been seen by Donald Trump himself. I wrote him a letter telling him not to dare invite Ruto for his inauguration because this is a criminal, this is a murderer, abductor. He's somebody who killed all his ICC suspects. And do you know who did that? Do you know who coordinated all of that? The current Secretary General of UDA is called Hassan Omar. Hassan Omar by then was the Secretary General of the Kenya Human Rights Commission. Hassan Omar accessed the court documents from the ICC because ICC was Ocampo. Luis Moreno Ocampo was an idiot. He was sharing these with select people in Kenya, and Hassan Omar was one of them. So he got the identities of all the suspects in the William Ruto case, told William Ruto, and then William Ruto went and killed every single one of them. So when we tell you that activists are treacherous individuals, learn from the Hassan Omar case. Hassan Omar has been rewarded successively with nominations, and now he's the UDA Secretary General. When we tell you we know activists, we know them. Hassan Omar was the biggest activist in this country. He was on TV, man. Me, I used to think that guy was the shit. And he was eloquent. Now you're seeing him turn into a sycophant, man. Some us guys will think, like, do guys really have multiple personality disorder? Hassan Omar has. Because if you remember Hassan Omar the activist and Hassan Omar the sycophant, bro, those are two different people. I kid you not. So Hassan Omar accessed the court documents where the faces, as what we were seeing in the public, the details of the witnesses had been redacted. But Hassan Omar got the original copy. He got the identities, the locations of each and every suspect. Witness in the William Ruto case. And then William Ruto organized all of them to be killed, smoked, one by one by one. So the case didn't collapse because he was declared innocent. It is because there were no witnesses. Hassan Omar was the biggest activist of his time. Boniface Mwangi is the biggest activist of your time. Same as Okiya Omtata. Do you want to imagine that those guys there, those guys are straight and narrow. Those guys have never done anything. Today I tweeted a photo of Boniface Mwangi attending a police service meeting. He had been invited, and he says there, I've been invited by head of public service, Henrico K. And then he malizes his post by saying, Polisi ni marafiki. Umbwa wewe. And you think these guys haven't cut deals under the table to sell you out? And you think these guys are trustworthy? You think these guys, you can rely on them in the long haul for the change that we yearn from Kenya? No, these are beneficiaries of the status quo. These are people, and I told you, people who have stayed in a long period at a space, they tend to mutate into cartels. So these are activism cartels. And then you've just come from your home. You didn't even have breakfast because you didn't have money. You're going to protest, and then you're joining them. These guys have been paid. You should be with your comrades who are downtown. Lighting fires, coming up slowly to CBD as you make your way to State House. That's what you should have been doing. Now you're going to Aga Khan Square, kuimba mawimbo hapo za umafi. When it's serious.
Francis Gaitho is back. This time round he is directing his guns toward President William Ruto, and he is poking holes from things which happened long time ago. This time round, Francis Gaitho has come out to say that there is something which happened to the victim and the suspect and the witnesses of the ICC. And this was one of the debated questions in the Republic of Kenya. Even controversy was being mad, especially with how the people who were displaced were compensated. With many people claiming that some of the people who were compensated with money from the international community, which was supposed to go to the victim, headed up in pockets of politicians. So according to Mr. Francis Gaitho, some of these ICC witnesses might have been tampered with, and they were forced to be silenced by very powerful people in the Republic of Kenya. We have seen how things are transitioning in Kenya, where the powerful continue being more powerful, and the less powerful who try to raise their voice are very abducted. We have seen how the transitioning of chief from NHIF has really caused a lot of controversy in the Republic of Kenya, even whereby it was exposed that a lot of millions now is headed into escrow accounts across the Republic of Kenya. Many Kenyans are now warning that indeed some of these things which are happening in the country of Kenya is a result of poor voting, where people just voted for the Mutuwetu factor, forgetting the fact that they needed leaders who can change the Republic of Kenya. It's now 2 years since this government entered the office, and many Kenyans have really lost trust, with most of the surveys which are being done suggesting that the government is really becoming very unpopular. The only project which we are seeing which is really transforming the Republic of Kenya is the about Stadia, and many sources claim that the money is coming from FIFA and CAF. We have seen Talanta Stadium moving from scratch, but what about the rising number of abduction? What about the rising number of parents crying for their children?
We are peaceful.
So they are abandoning the people.
Let's go! Victor Jembano! Free Victor Jembano! Free Victor Jembano!
That is Senator Okiya Omtata being banned on
We are peaceful. Luta continua. Victory is assured. Victory is assured. Victory is certain. We are peaceful. Luta continua. We are peaceful. We are peaceful. Struggle continues. We are peaceful. We are peaceful. Release our people. Kenya ni home. Kenya ni home. We shall not back down. Stop. Tuko katika mikono ya Maberu. This is the colonial system. Hivi ndio mkoloni alitaka mkwe mnafanya. Unadhulumu Kenya mwenzako kwa sababu anatetea haki yake. What are you doing?
This time round tear gas is very strong.
Ni venye mmekula Christmas.
Bana hii leo hapana. Ile la round town ulikuwa kidogo. Aftermath.
Lazima upande. Lazima upande. We are peaceful. We are the people. Yes, you are a coward. You are a coward. Ruto, 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 you are using police. You are a coward, Ruto. You are using police to abduct people. You are a coward. You are using police to kill young people. We shall come for you. Aluta continua. Aluta continua. Our comrades shall be.
Katika ni aje?
Naisikizia aje?
Yeah, this time ni dangerous.
Tafuta rusa chai.
Ndio maisha.